So before we get too carried away, I've already done some ohm tests on it. I have a problem. I can see issues here. So there are three. This is the pre-charge board. There's a fuse here. This fuse actually reads good, which is amazing to me. But notice that I don't know if you can see that right there, but that says DC positive. If you look right there, it says DC positive. And notice there's a washer there that's a brass washer. On the other side, there's two other screws, one right there and one right here. And those hold the board. This one, and this one hold the board on. These have nylon washers. This has a brass washer because it is actually a connection point to the positive bus for the bleed to get the soft charge to happen. You have to make sure that one, you can see that pad right there, that one is connected with that brass washer, and these two are insulated. Too many times people put these together in the field and they don't do that right. So you have to make sure that you do that. The other thing, and I know my arm's in the way, but it's just what it is, and we have to deal with it. Spin this off quickly. So the board is loose. There's three leads right here that are connected to the input. We're going to let that alone. You see, these are to fire the SCR side of the input block. Make sure that these are identified, L1, L2, L3, so when you take them off, you won't get them confused. You shouldn't get them confused anyway, but it's just what it is. And then unplug the power supply for this board, swing it out of the way, and lo and behold, look at what we have. It's blown to smithereens. So you can see all of that damage right there. Plus you should be able to see that that block is blown. This block is melted to some too, so I imagine this block is no good and that block is no good. The other thing I can see, and I don't know if you can see it. I'm going to try to hone in on that just a little bit. If you look down in there, you see that cap's discolored, all of this is discolored. I also have some problems at the top. Yeah, we're looking at that board. Let's see if I can get the camera so that we're looking at what I want to look at. So you can see the bus is all discolored up here at the top. And there's a bunch of carbon right here. So, and this is rounded over, so it went to ground. It's no bueno. So anyway, that's a bad deal. Well, we know these are bad. I'd change all three of them. This is bad. Of course, this is broke. So with a smack like that, you're gonna have to change out the whole bus. There's no sense in risking it. Also, in one of the earlier videos, we were talking about when we were changing the bus, that I told you that there was a difference in the screws. If you notice, this is the positive bus right here. It comes across. It's this bus and this bus, negative, positive. They're both, 3/8 inch to 7/16 inch thickness. But that middle common rail, because there's so many caps in there, you've got a common rail. And that's a thinner bus. So those bus cap screws are going to be shorter in length. You don't want to mix those up, because if you do, you use one of these longer screws and you put it in right there, you'll bottom it out into that thing and you can damage it, and vice versa. If you use that one on here, you're only going to get a couple of threads, and by the time you try to tighten it down, you're going to cut the threads out of it and ruin the cap. So you need to pay attention to some of those details. Thought I'd show you. It's a terrible thing that drives toast. We'll have to give them the bad news.